What's up? What's up? Your boy J Pillar Bay. Just wanted to tune in, talk about the Lovecraft series. I've been definitely honing on that last couple of weeks. I kept saying, hey, it's a lot of mythology going on here, a lot of words and stuff. And so the ancestors was like, man, go study the history of the author. And to my surprise, ancestors always show up. 1 second. If you were to Google Lovecraft country in ancient Egypt, you would see that the author, his most famous book was a book called "Imprisoned with the Pharaohs." The author of the Lovecraft country book, H.P. Lovecraft, and they got in the Wikipedia. But first of all, I can go Wikipedia. In one of his books, he had a character named Nylar Hotep. So you Google that, Nyarlathotep. This is from the oh my God. Look, oh my God. Look, it says in his first appearance, Nyla Hotep is described as a tall, swarthy man who resembles an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Come on now, man. Talk to me now, man. Look, look. And so, because I kept saying like, because he said, I kept saying like, it seems like it's so many signs and symbols going on here in this Lovecraft country. I'm like, whoever made this, it look like they, it looked like they know about the history. And so I said, man, the ancestors let me go see this guy background, H.P. Lovecraft, and his most famous book is a book called "Imprisoned with the Pharaohs." One second. Look, it said "Imprisoned with the Pharaohs" called "Under the Pyramids." In draft, it's published as "Entombed with the Pharaohs," a short story written by American fantasy author H.P. Lovecraft and his collaboration with Harry Houdini. So you know Houdini. 1924. So we also gonna think about what was going on around that time. And so we're gonna definitely, cause think about it, that's 1924. So Lovecraft kind of doing 1950. So this guy, let's see. So the book said in 1910. And in here, this is Wikipedia. You kind of, it says, so you see, it said the Giza pyramid. You get a chance, you were to study, but it was something in here that really caught me. It says you go down. It says the background. It says facing financial problems. Who Heidenberger found the weird tales wanted to associate with the popular Harry Houdini. Okay, let's go. Let's go down, and you can go where it says that he gave Lovecraft $100, which would have been like $1,500 in present day terms to ghostwrite the story. At the time, the largest sum he had ever been given as an advance. This was a major factor and motivated him to take the job. After listening, after listening to Houdini's story and researching its background, Lovecraft concluded that the tale was completely fabricated and requested permission from Heidenberger to take an artistic license. After receiving clearance from the editor, he began his writing by spending considerable time researching the setting in books issued by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, as well as by frequently visiting the museum's Egyptian exhibits. Okay, let me slow this down for you because I almost thought. Okay, it says after receiving clearance from the editor, he began his writing by spending considerable time researching the settings in books issued by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, as well as by frequently visiting the museum's Egyptian exhibits. And so, bam, because I kept saying, like, look, so it's telling that this man was studying ancient Egypt. 1 second. And so, because it was like, so look, his first book was a book called Weird Tales, right? And because look, in Lovecraft episode 7, it shows you how the woman was God, and then it shows you how she had blue hair. You can go see someone with King Tut in a chair with blue hair. It's like this stuff is just it's just too crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so let me see. I'm just trying to click on the title of Imprisoned Pharaoh so you can see look at the cover of it. So if you click on the cover of this book, you will see it says in prison with the pharaohs. Now it says by Houdini, but you just read and look how he has the dark skinned Egyptians down there. Come on now. Come on now. Do you see how they got the dark skinned Egyptians? And so they said this was written by Lovecraft. He helped Houdini. Let's go back into that again. So it says Lovecraft completed imprisoned with the pharaohs in 1924, but lost his original transcript story by the Union Station in Providence, Rhode Island, when he was on his way to New York to get married. He was forced to spend much of his honeymoon in Philadelphia retyping the manuscript. The work's original title, Under the Pyramids, is known only from the lost and found advertisement that he placed at the Providence Journal. The title was printed in May through July 1924 edition of Weird Tales as In Prison with the Pharaohs, and without credit to Lovecraft in the byline, as Hemberger thought that this would confuse the readers as the narrative was told entirely from Houdini's first person perspective. Lovecraft would later receive credit and edit notes on the reprint. So look, oh my God! If you, that's why I kept saying the ancestors show up in the weirdest ways. So it said, and so it says reception and legacy. In Prison with Pharaohs became a popular story and was received favorably by Houdini. The escape artist was so impressed until his death that he continued offering the writer jobs and publishing opportunities. Among them, an article criticizing astrology, which he paid $75, which is $1,100 in today's terms. A book entitled Cancer, a Superstition, of which Lovecraft completed an outline and some introductory pages prior to Houdini's death. To thank the author for his work, Houdini gave Lovecraft a signed copy of Magician Among the Spirits. Lovecraft scholar S.T. Jossi praised the calling it effective and suspenseful, a generally surprising editor, science fiction editor. Hmm. So, let's go down. Like I said earlier, In Prison with Pharaohs has been cited as an early influence on Robert Bloch, which is particularly evident in his tale Fame of the Black Pharaoh. Among Lovecraft himself, the real Sphinx as the god of the dead. Lovecraft refers to the real Sphinx as the god of the dead. Bloch expanded upon the mythos and claimed that the Sphinx in the prison with the pharaohs was actually Nala Hotep as outer god in Lovecraft creation. Wow. So man, whoa. The idea of a twisting end where a terrible discovery is made worse by the realization that it is the only part of a larger horror that was originally shown in the house. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy knew. He definitely knows that African people are Moors. You can clearly see as the picture in the book that they got the dark skinned people down here. But come on now. Come on. So that's what's up with that, because I kept saying, like, it seemed like, whoever wrote this, no, he got articles and everything. You could tell at the sevens and everything. So he know the history. That's why as I'm watching Lovecraft, I'm like, it look like, but get a chance. In Prison with the Pharaohs, you can look at the picture. It says written by Houdini, but you can do your research and find out that it was really written by the H.P. Lovecraft. According to Wikipedia, I'm taking them word for word for it, but the way that Lovecraft Country looks, it definitely looks like he knew something. Yeah, and as I back on, as I read further, and look, of course, the man is a racist. You're not to say racist, but here they got things even in the Wikipedia article talking about how he thought so-called black people was beasts and stuff like that, and inferior. So it just shows you, he clearly knew that we were the ancient Egyptians, despised that, and wanted to create a narrative for what Wikipedia, when you read all the more information, that made him feel, because really he must have been dealing with an inferiority complex when, he says what he says. And then it says some other things he had some vocal things about, but it's all good. Well, the people who made the film definitely took it on a better tone, definitely dressed some better stuff. But you can clearly see that this guy, he visited these museums, knew that we ancient Egyptians. You see the cover of the story he did for Houdini in Prison with the Pharaohs. He got a dark skinned man as a swarthy tall man as the Black Pharaoh. Come on now, hold on, let's go to that real quick. Cause now, yeah, because the funny thing for him to be saying, or for them to say that he said people are inferior, he is taking your story and making money off of it. So let me look at this that hero I was telling you he had. Look, and he said they were this ancient Egyptian pharaohs, Khephren and Nedo-Crescent. Here, this man has taken your whole story, you know what I'm saying, and made money off of it. Why dissing you? You know what I'm saying? It's the usual. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now I'm on Wikipedia again. I went to Nylar, Nyarlathotep, Hotep. They said Nyla Hotep is a fictional creator created by H.P. Lovecraft. Now, how would this man? This is what I'm telling y'all. So let's look what it says about Nyla Hotep. It says the character is a malign deity in the Lovecraft mythos, a shared universe, first appearing in Lovecraft's poem Nyla Hotep, which we're gonna check out that poem too. He was later mentioned in other works by Lovecraft and by other writers. Later writers described him as one of the outer gods, a malevolent pantheon. And on the side it says Nyarlathotep described as the Black Man in H.P. Lovecraft's story The Dreams in the Witch House. In the first appearance, Nyarlathotep was described. It said experience. In the works of H.P. Lovecraft, Nyarlathotep was described as a tall, swarthy man who resembles an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. In this story, he wanders the earth, seemingly gathering legions of followers. The narrator of the story among them through his demonstrations of strange and seemingly magical instruments. These followers lose awareness of the world around them, and through the narrowly increasing unreliable accounts, the reader gets an impression of the world's collapse. Man. Appears in the main. Look, it said Nyarlathotep appears as the major character in the Dream of the Unknown, in which he again manifests in the form of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh when he controls Prognagus Rudolph Carter. Lieber describes Nyarlathotep as evilly intelligent in this story. So here it is, the man tried, demonize as he take it. Hello. Look, it said in the dreams. In the witch house, Nyarlathotep appears to Walter Gilman, in which Kazaa Mason, who has made a pact with the entity in the form of the Black Man of the witch cult, the black-skinned aviator of the devil, described by witch hunters. Among inhumane, some characters mistake him as a human. Some characters mistake him as a human of African descent. Those racial features are described as Caucasian. Oh my God, this is what. Woo! Well, this is just tell you what goes on. Now we really digging into Lovecraft, the Lovecraft consciousness. Now we getting into it. You get what I'm saying? So, you can definitely see this man knew it. He has some things that he really couldn't deal with himself. Oh my God. But yeah, so no, definitely just wanted to touch on that. No, you can definitely see he knew who it was, and that's why he made the character evil. Oh man, this is very funny. 1 second. Oh my God! Look, they got this thing. They say Nyarlathotep and guides of Nikola Tesla and Roto Mango and Julian Norrell's comic book adaptation of the prose poem Nyarlathotep. Now come on now. Look, come on now, dog. Now, what do people... Yep, I got cut off. So, yeah, I was saying that... Basically what I was saying, that you look at it, you can see, look, you got Hastor. That sounds like Hathor. But just study and you'll see this guy... He got books. He knows the history. He knows who it is. He got the look. The man knows. Look, it said the Nyarlathotep Cycle, 1996. Chaosiums published the Nyarlathotep Cycle. So you got authors that he inspired, like from this character, like a book by Lord Dunsany, Dunsany, called Alrith Hotep the Prophet. Look it up. H.P. Lovecraft, Nyarlathotep. You got another poem by H.P. Lovecraft, Nyarlathotep. Hold on. You got another book by somebody he inspired, Robert Bloch, The Finding of the Black Pharaoh. Another book by somebody he inspired, The Curse of the Black Pharaoh. Another book he also inspired by John Cockcraft called The Curse of Neferka. Another book by Philip J. Robin. See, the ancestors always show up when it's time. You did your studies, they'll show up. The Temple of Neferka. Got another book by Robert C. Cope. It says the Papyrus of Neferka by Robert C. Cope. And then you guys might a poem by Richard L. Tierney called The Contemplative Sphinx. And he got a book by a lady named Anne Schwarter called Egypt. See, come on, man. Come on. So, like I said, all they did was take your history and they're just giving it back to you. And I love the Lovecraft series. I think that it has more visuals. Because when I saw the last episode 8, I just had visions of Emmett Till and ancient Kemet in the East. We know the whole world ancient Kemet. And it was just like beautiful, man. But I definitely say it seemed like somebody knows some stuff, and some of the stuff he has in that show that he did some very in-depth studying on the history and culture. He knows he knows exactly who it is. So come on now, come on. I know people probably like, oh, it's like you Hotepin, but this man has a character named Hotep. One of his most famous characters is Nyla Hotep. Look like. And he looked at, oh my God, he has a dark, swarthy man. So, what else do you want to know, man? And then he talking bad about us. You know what I'm saying? Woo! When he visited the museum, he had the books. This guy clearly knew, and then demonized us. But we back on it. Like I told you, I saw the mama in episode 7 with the blue hair flying. The woman is God. Let's get it. Misha must have really did some things. Shout out to the lady who made it. They got the pod. I ain't listened to it yet, Queen, but I hear it's fire. But I just want to touch on it because I'm pointing out. I'm like, am I tweaking? But yes, the whole time, yes, that's what was going down. All right. So other than that, man, like I said, once again, check out my video, J Pillar, Why Not Bird Success. I dropped Bird new video. Summertime Shy, and we got some new stuff coming out. But other than that, keep on researching in this author, see what he studied. He definitely knew we were the Moors, definitely knew we the ancient Kemet, and I'm pretty sure he knows some other things. But his main character, Nyla Hotep, yes, that's what's up. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. And and I wouldn't mind, hold on. And I wouldn't mind if we were to do something back like that. One of the other books, and we flip the whole script and make that Nyla Hotep the hero. What's up? Who want to do that? Who want to get down with me on that? Get at me. We'll flip the whole script. Instead of making Nyla Hotep the antagonist and the villain, we'll make Nyla Hotep the hero. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's Nyla La. I think it's Nyla La Hotep. Okay, I think it's Nyla La, something like that, Hotep. But either way it goes, you can clearly see this man knows, and that's how the story goes. So I'll talk to y'all soon. I love y'all. Thanks for checking in. We winning, baby.